hoping to get some more help.
Home for the holidays. Salt Lake International Airport expecting pre-pandemic crowds.
This is breaking news.
Difficult year of delays.
No one right now wants to see canceled or delayed flights. The holiday rush to get to family is underway with tens of thousands of travelers alone at the Salt Lake International Airport.
This year, they are expecting pre-pandemic levels. News specialist Dan Rascone has that story, joins us live from the Salt Lake Airport. And Dan, how's it looking over there?
Hey, Matt, you know, things have really calmed down actually out here. Look at this. This is where people arrive. Much different than it looked like just a couple of hours ago. Just tons of people out here. Hey, the baggage claim not looking too bad either, but people are making their way and a lot of tears being shed as people come home for the holidays.
Today is a big kickoff to holiday travel.
The Salt Lake International Airport is expecting some 30,000 travelers to be walking through its doors. That's right about where they were at back in 2019 before the pandemic hit. Now, nationwide, AAA is predicting 54.6 million people will travel 50 miles or more this Thanksgiving. 4.5 million of those will be traveling by air. Peak time today at the Salt Lake International Airport between 1 and 5 o'clock, and that's why we're starting to see the numbers dwindle a little bit. And with all these travelers, the airport is asking for patience.
I think the last couple of years have really been stressful for everyone, and especially for travelers. And so everyone's just a little bit more on edge. And so I always tell people to pack your patience.
Good idea there. You know, the airport has brought in musicians to help calm some of those nerves and get people in the spirit of the holidays, and they believe that has really been effective. Now, one of the most excited groups, of course, we've seen here are those families waiting for missionaries that are coming home after 2 years or so, just in time for the holidays. We'll hear from some of them coming up at 6 o'clock. At the Salt Lake International Airport, I'm Dan Rascone, live at 5.
Dan, we saw your video of that earlier. It's going to be amazing. We'll see you at 6. If you're staying in town, there are lots of holiday.
The studio.
Andrew, thanks. Turning to other news tonight, with the Thanksgiving holiday kicking off, we're tracking the massive amount of people traveling to see loved ones this year.
Oh, yeah, it's already busy, from long lines at the airport to trouble spots on our roadways. And what the forecast has in store, we have team coverage to help ease the stressful parts of the holiday for your family.
And we will begin at the airport. News specialist Dan Rascone is there live. And Dan, set the scene for us.
Hey, Matt and Deanie, you know, it's amazing. People are anxious to get home because it's amazing how quickly things cleared out just behind me here. Earlier today, just completely packed. Peak hours between 1 and 5 o'clock. We saw many tears of joy as people made it home just in time for the holidays. A rush of emotion as the Nordstrom family waits for the return of their missionary son. 2 years in the making. Katie can hardly speak. What are you feeling?
I can't even express. We're excited.
The Nordstroms are not alone. Loved ones returning home on the eve of Thanksgiving, just in time for the holidays.
We couldn't believe it when we heard he was coming home today. Love you, Tabitha. Love you.
The Priestleys welcoming home their daughter. She's been gone for 18 months.
I'm really excited. It's a lot, but I'm really excited.
That's really what a big part of Thanksgiving is about, is having family together.
The rush of travelers is a welcoming sight at the Salt Lake City Airport. 30,000 expected on this day, getting back to pre-pandemic levels, heading to all parts of the country and world.
Las Vegas.
Bozeman, Montana. Mexico.
Phoenix, California.
People are back traveling again.
And to help calm the nerves, music. Hoping this will bring that needed holiday cheer.
I think the last couple of years have really been stressful for everyone, and especially for travelers. And so everyone's just a little bit more on edge. And so I always tell people to pack your patience. Yeah, some good tips there. You know, peak hours right now, as I mentioned, between 1 and 5 o'clock. Things have really come down out here. If you're planning to pick somebody up tonight, you should be in pretty good shape. But hey, come Sunday, it's all going to return again. Deanie, Matt, back to you.
Yeah, get ready for round 2. All right, Dan, thank you. And on the subject of travel, now let's turn our attention to the roads. Here's a live look from Chopper 5 above. Thanks.
The Salt Lake Airport was a busy place today as the holiday rush to get to family is now underway. Tens of thousands of travelers passing through today alone, and this year they are expecting pre-pandemic levels.
Today is a big kickoff to holiday travel. I think the last couple of years have really been stressful for everyone, and especially for travelers. And so everyone's just a little bit more on edge. And so I always tell people to pack your patience.
The Salt Lake International Airport is expecting some 30,000 travelers to walk through its doors. It's about where things were back in 2019 before the pandemic hit. Nationwide, AAA is predicting 54.6 million people will travel 50 miles or more this Thanksgiving. 4.5 million of those will be traveling by air. And many of those not catching a flight today were hitting the road.